trying to warn my people think. And some people full of pride, I gotta follow my smoke tree. Y'all can't read around the bush, you know exactly what I mean. Have me pacing back and forth, sometimes my wife gotta tell me breathe. Can you believe he had the audacity, tell me to read? Y'all be the same reason why I be tripping and tweaking and telling your ass to leave. It get better as it go, I see the wicked as they bleed. I just watch them from a distance as they eat the body squeeze. They can keep on trying all they want to. It's full pressure. Stay away from me. Like how many times I told these questions, please don't give me. Lying to my people make me mad. I live some Israelites that die at home when they see slavery. It's full pressure. You see the first things is first kings. Something about who you serving. The thought I had to ask is so disturbing. The got you swerving. You swear the devil's lurking. I can't wait to see everything is gonna happen. Say goodbye, you feel me. All I can hope and pray is that I'll be worthy. Oh yeah, I hope you heard me. If you ain't trying to get to the store, get out my presence. Stay on my line with all that folly, ain't no blessings in it. We don't lie, all lies in our direction. Hey, Shalom, you help with God, it's full pressure. If you ain't trying to get to the store, get out my presence. Stay on my line with all that folly, ain't no blessings in it. We don't lie, all lies in our direction. Hey, Shalom, you help with God, it's full pressure. That means it's full pressure. Just cause I be nice, don't mean it's nice.
Shalom Israel. What's up YouTube? Adonai 720.
And that is Zion.
Back with another one. In this episode number 7, the righteous reaction. Topic is crazy world news.
And I do want to say the song that we just played is from His Will, called Full Pressure. Todah, Tanakh only. That's another one, another banger for you. Go check them out.
But yeah, we got 3 very interesting news clips for y'all
Spicy.
in this episode of the Righteous Reaction. One of these topics should be a highly talked about topic, but what you see is this first one right here, but it wasn't highly talked about. And the other 2, they shocking. I'm talking about, hey, we finna have some fun dissecting this and giving it a righteous reaction with the scriptures. You got anything to say?
No, I'm ready to drag people. Let's go.
All right. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Diocese of Los Angeles will pay nearly $900 million to the victims of alleged sex abuse of the church. The claims were made by more than 1,300 alleged victims, and these date back to the 1940s. I want to bring in CBS News legal contributor and Loyola Law School professor Jessica Levinson to talk about this. So Jessica, this is such a heartbreaking story. Just for our viewers to understand, break down the claims that the victims made against the church. And as I pointed out, these go back almost 75 years.
Well, that's right. What we're talking about here are really tragic claims of sexual abuse, often that was perpetrated against minors by priests and church leadership knowing that this was happening and moving these priests from place to place. So we're talking about 2 things here, really. The claims of sexual abuse themselves and the church knowing and covering it up. And Vlad, that's what really brings us to this staggering figure today. Let's remember, this is about half of the total. The Los Angeles Archdiocese has now, with this settlement, agreed to pay about $1.5 billion. And that's in part because California recently changed the law. It looks a lot like the law in New York that allowed E. Jean Carroll to bring her sexual assault claims against Donald Trump. And essentially what the law does is it opens up the statute of limitation. It allows victims to sue for a longer period of time. It creates a 3-year look back for adult victims who wouldn't fall within that longer period. And it includes treble damages for an institution that tries to cover up that sexual abuse. So that's what we see in the settlement today. It really is a result, I believe, of California changing that law, providing for more lawsuits to be able to come forward.
Threw up a quote from the Archbishop of Los Angeles, offering his he's sorry in hopes that these claims or the settlement will provide some measure of healing. But what I think striking for a lot of people is what the church doesn't say, which is that we were wrong, that we did something wrong, and that's why this number is so astoundingly high. As you know, the agreement in principle was reached to settle those remaining claims filed under Assembly Bill 218. So explain just what that bill played and how that bill played a role in this case.
Yeah, exactly. So as we said, that's a new California law. It's about 4 years old. It's really modeled after that New York law, which allowed E. Jean Carroll to sue Donald Trump. And it's part of a number of states saying when it comes to victims of sexual abuse, we want to enlarge the normal statute of limitations. We won't say, sorry, your case is too old. So the law basically does 3 things. It says that the statute of limitations is longer if you are a victim of sexual abuse while you were a child. It says that you can bring these claims up to the time that you're 40 years old or from 5 years of discovery. It also says for adult victims who wouldn't fall within that bucket, you have an additional 3-year look back where you can bring some of your claims, and it provides for treble damages. So any suit that's brought under this new law could be much more expensive for the defendants. And I think that's largely why we see the church saying, yes, we will agree to this number. And this largely brings to a close the tragic chapter of these suits being filed as a result of this tragic sexual abuse against the Los Angeles Archdiocese. But Vlad, you asked me about a state law. This is a state law, and there are other chapters that are similarly facing suit under this law.
Yeah, I just look at that picture we just showed of the victims as children, these innocent children who put their trust in a church that ultimately betrayed them. I don't think any amount of money will ever repair that brokenness. Thank you, Jessica, for your breakdown. We appreciate you.
Okay, now. I want to say something real quick. Is that okay, 720?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I want to say. Y'all know y'all wouldn't be going through all this stuff if y'all were falling behind man-made religions. That's what I want to say, first of all. Because when things are man-made, that means that they can implement whatever type of rules they want to implement and to follow whenever they feel like they want to follow them, and do away with them whenever they feel like they want to do away with them. So, following behind man-made laws, something that can be erased with an eraser and penciled in whenever it wants to be penciled in, is a no-no, because Yahweh did not give you religion. Okay? Now, would you like to say anything before I start talking about some precepts, sir?
You can bring some precepts. I'm trying to get me some up right now.
Okay. So the first precept I want to bring is going to be Deuteronomy chapter 22. 25 through 27, and it's from Todah. Okay, all right. So it states, but if the man comes upon the engaged girl in the open country, and the man lies with her by force, only the man who lay with her by force shall be put to death. But you shall do nothing to the girl. The girl did not incur the death penalty, for this case is like that of a man attacking another and murdering him. He shall come upon her. He came upon her, Salakia, in the open. Though the engaged girl cried for help, there was no one to save her. Okay? So, I want to follow that up with another precept real quick, which is going to come from Leviticus chapter 18, verse 10, from Torah as well. And it states, the nakedness of your son's daughter or of the daughter's daughter, do not uncover their nakedness, for their nakedness is yours. Now, you have precepts like this put in place in Torah, which are your laws from the Most High Yahweh. So, I don't understand how a pope, a priest, or whatever the case may be, can sit here and teach and push willingly Torah laws, but turn around and break Torah laws when they have an oath that they uphold to keep the laws of Torah. Secondly, Yahweh stated that you are not to come unto a engaged girl, whether she be alone or in wherever she's at. Okay? You as a grown man or a grown woman, sometimes it be women too that be attracted to the same sex as far as the children. So we're not going to exclude them at all. But with you doing things like that, you are supposed to die. And you being a priest, you should know that you're supposed to die. And then another thing that I want to point out is the church, they sat there and they said that they agree with this large amount now to pay the innocent victims and things of that nature, saying that they had no idea. First of all, you had reconciliation or knowledge, of what was going on. Because how can you have a church and you don't know nothing about the priests that you got up there, nothing about their history, and then it's been 75 years. Ain't no way that you don't know this or you don't know something happened with the other priests before them. It's not no way. So for you to sit there and agree to a hefty lump sum of money shows that you knew and you were trying to sweep it under the rug and try to execute the situation on your own, or you was hoping that wouldn't nobody tell because it's been going on so long. So yes, I do feel like the church, they should be shut down, especially when they took those priests and they moved them to other churches within the same organization to be amongst children still. They're wrong. They're dead wrong. Literally dead wrong.
Facts. Definitely is. So I got one. Is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 10. Whoso causeth the upright to go astray in the evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. Mm-hmm. But the wholehearted shall inherit good. Right? And another one, because you know how the priests be thinking. Mm-hmm. The rich man is wise in his own eyes, but the poor that hath understanding searches him through. He thought, the Pope, all of them, they thought they were going to get caught because they got money.
Of course they thought that.
But what's so crazy, this supposed to be the most talked about thing. They talking about Puff Daddy and talking about the dude from Abercrombie and Fitch and everybody and other stuff, but this should have been the hot topic.
You know why?
All this money.
You know why this is not the hot topic?
Why?
Because they have to protect their man-made religions. That's why they need every when you can step outside every daggone corner you turn, it's a daggone church there, a prison cell building there with the MF cross on it to entrap you. So yes, that's how the government's getting money for that with that 501c stuff. That's how they getting money. So in order for them to keep getting this money, they're not gonna push nothing like that in the public. It's gonna take for people like us to go find this. Or people like 720, to go find this stuff and bring it to your ears so you can hear about this and how messed up your man-made religions are, your indoctrinated religions that you shouldn't be following behind at all. And I got another precept because I just spoke about this. Do you have another one before I start running my mouth?
I want to hear it.
Oh, Todah.
I can get to another one.
Kind. Now, this is a really good one. I already went into this, so I'm gonna do it again. All right, it's gonna be Ezekiel chapter 16 verses 6 through 8. Okay? Now, what it states is this: when I passed by you and saw you wallowing in your blood, I said, live in spite of your blood. Yeah, I said to you, live in spite of your blood. I let you grow like the plants of the field, and you continue to grow up until you attain to womanhood, until your breast became firm and your hair sprouted. You were still naked and bare when I passed by you again and saw that your time for love had arrived. So I spread my robe over you and covered your nakedness, and I entered into a covenant orally by oath, declares Yahweh, your Eloheka, thus became mine. Now, if Yahweh had to wait for Yasharel now to grow from childhood to womanhood, which means you are an adult, kind. Okay, so if he had to grow and he had to wait until our breast was firm, our hair was sprouted, and we were at womanhood, what makes you priests think, Catholic, Pope, whatever the hell you want to call yourself in these man-made religions, what makes you think that you have the authority to tell a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, or however age they are that they're adult enough and ready for mature acts when they are not? And when Yahweh, our Eloheka, who is very perfect, waited for us to reach womanhood because we were still in childhood, what makes you think that's okay? It is not okay. Something's wrong with you people.
Right.
The fact that all y'all ain't locked up is a problem. Your turn. Your turn, thought about you.
But all I got left on this right here is Proverbs chapter 29, verses 12. If a ruler hearken to falsehood, all his servants are wicked. So to sum all that up, all them wicked, and it was all down. So
Kind.
that's what they like to do.
That's right. That's a good precept. That's like that one they did that.
Yeah, that's what the priests like to do. That's what they like to do.
Y'all see.
Yeah. This next one now we finna get on. We finna get to
Kind.
this one right here. We finna get to the next. This the one.
Look, I'm just a shot at y'all.
The Mount Olivet woman argues she was casting spells when a body believed to be Trudy Fields was found outside the home. A contractor says he began looking for Fields when she didn't answer the door. He followed drag marks in the grass to find multiple blood-stained items and a dismembered body. He adds he saw a pile of hair that he believed belonged to the homeowner. When troopers arrived at the home on Briarly Ridge Road, they say they removed a pot from inside the oven. Inside were human body parts. The gruesome news has shaken the small town.
Around here, you hear of certain people, you know, like domestic violence cases and stuff like that, but I've never heard of something so awful. And when I first heard about it, I was extremely shocked. Everyone was shocked. No one could believe that something like that happened this close.
The contractor told police he saw Fields and her daughter, 32-year-old Toralina Fields, a day earlier. He adds Toralina was being confrontational that day, and the two were the only ones at the house. Trudy Fields' home is up this long driveway. There's a house across the street, but it's a pretty remote area. Kentucky State Police and family are at the property now.
And that's what I think that's why everyone was really shocked about it, because you don't hear about that in small towns like this. It's usually big cities.
KSP say Toralina was the only one at the house when they arrived. They used tear gas after she refused to leave the residence. She appeared to have blood on her face, hands, and clothing. Toralina is charged with obstructing governmental operations, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse.
I've experienced stuff like this myself, not, you know, as bad as this, but like domestic violence and stuff like that. And you just, from the outside, you don't see it because everybody keeps on a happy face and you just never know what's going on.
Not all of that. Paige Barnes, Local 12 News.
Okay. Oh, that's easy. Go ahead, my king. I'm allow you to take the floor first this time.
Woo. As y'all heard, she cut her mama up, cooked them,
Soup.
and cast spells over her body. Oh my God. So basically, you come, wait, time out, this was crazy. The dude came to the house who did the work on the house. Said she was screaming and hollering, trying to cast spells on them too. So you told me. So basically, this wicked woman barricaded herself in the house.
Doing it.
Cut up body parts in the oven, and pots. Oh,
She tried to boil some pee.
man. So on that one, that's off rip. That's Deuteronomy chapter 18.
Okay.
10, 11, and 12. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 10, 11, and 12. Verse 10. Let no one be found among you who consigns a son or daughter to the fire, or who is an augur, a soothsayer, a diviner,
A sorcerer.
or one who casts spells, or one who consults ghosts, or familiar spirits, or one who inquires of the dead. Yeah. For anyone who does those such things is abhorrent to Yah. And it's because of these abhorrent things that Adonai Yah is dispossessing them before you. So she got exposed before y'all. And she can spend the rest of her life for being a cannibal. She's gonna stay locked up. You're a cannibal, casting spells over a cut up corpse and cook the corpse. Oh man.
You got anything else?
That's WPS.
WPS? What's WPS?
Hey, Israelites don't do that. You don't cut up bodies. Chant.
Hold on now. You can't say that because some of our people, they be doing stuff like that. And I be like looking like it couldn't be one of us, but it be one of us sometimes. But that's only because they hanging with them. They follow the ways of the heathen. That's the only reason why. So that's why we're going to blame that on them people. So, WPS, I like that slogan. Don't do WPS. All right, let's continue. So, I'm going to bring you Leviticus chapter 19, 26 from Torah. And it states, you shall not eat anything with this blood. You shall not practice divination or soothsaying. That woman did all that. Kind. Let's continue. Leviticus 19:31 from Torah, and it states, do not turn to ghosts and do not inquire of familiar spirits to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh, your Elohim. Kind. Now, they said on this nice little news clip that she touched human body parts, right? Corpse, dead, kind. Okay, Yahweh said something about that too. It's a shame when your whole creator have to put different things inside Torah and throughout Tanakh now, telling y'all to take heed and not do certain things, but y'all still do it anyway because y'all efforts don't read. That's a problem, but I'm going to read for you. And it goes to this. Numbers 19:10-11. This shall be a permanent. Y'all said permanent. It ain't changing. It ain't going nowhere. Permanent law for the Israelites. And don't just think it's for us, Kai, because he also made sure he didn't omit nobody. He said, and for the stranger, meaning that woman, because she looked like she might have been a stranger while the WPS doing WPS. Kai, who reside among you. He who touches the corpse of any human shall be unclean for 7 days.
Defiled.
7 days. That's a long time to be unclean. Kai. Let's continue. Numbers chapter 19, verse 13 from Torah. And it states, Whoever touches a corpse, the body of a person who has died and does not cleanse himself, defiles Yahweh's tabernacle. That person shall be cut out from Yasharel, since the water of lustration was not dashed on him. He remains unclean. His uncleanness is still upon him. And what is lustration? Lustration is a ceremony of purification and of averting evil, which is ashes from sacrificial animals, kind that are sacrificed to the Most High. And the only one that can perform that is a high priest, such as Aaron or his sons. But we don't have no high priest right now. We are unable to sacrifice animals, Salakia, and we are unable to perform the lustration ceremony because we don't have those three things. So that means that lady who did WPS, she's defiled and will be defiled forever until hopefully one day she repents and turns away from her sin. But I highly doubt it because she's deep doggone into witchcraft. So I don't think she's going to do that. She likes soothsaying. She likes divination. She thinks that she's getting powers from dead people, when she really not getting no powers, because the only way you're going to get something from Yahweh, because he's going to let it either happen or not happen for you, but definitely happen to you if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. Come.
No, you had to explain it, but hey, all witches must die. Yeah. Stone.
I wish I had a fire. Stone. And we better be the first ones to stone you. This is actually a form of us stoning right now.
Yeah, these stern words.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing the most hot work. While we can on that line, right, in a certain modern day form, this is considered stoning. So yeah, let our hands be the first hands to throw the stone. And family, y'all better come after us and throw the stones at these people too. Because it's supposed to be your hand first to throw the stone, and then everybody else supposed to come behind you.
But even though this was a crazy topic, because like I said, crazy world news, and it's episode 7, but this third one, this the one that's going to really shock y'all, family.
I want to say one more thing. I'm sorry. You hate your mama that bad. You cut your mama up trying to make some turtle soup with your mama.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Couldn't be me. Continue, Ananiah.
I guess she was having a pet cemetery moment. That's what it had to be. Well,
You shouldn't be laughing this much at people.
hey, it is what it is.
Okay. All
They
praise to the Most
violate
High.
y'all's laws. They get exposed.
Okay.
But this next topic, next part of this crazy world news, this is very disturbing, y'all. This is very disturbing. So when I play this one, this next one that's coming up now, I'm really sitting back waiting. Should I play this one? But I know we gotta play this because we're reacting to it, but
now I want to say disclaimer, Y14, disclaimer. He found this stuff, not me. Continue.
anyhow, y'all, it's finna get real.
Hello, Wendy.
Charged with attempted murder. The sheriff says she coached a 10-year-old girl, trying to get her to carry out the crime against the baby and the adults who cared for her. WEAR's Haley Samples joined us. And Haley, a tip to the sheriff's office led them to Tara Alexis Sykes, who they say instructed that 10-year-old to commit a series of crimes.
Yes, the Escambia County authorities opened an investigation on this case on October 17th, and they arrested Sykes the very next day. Now, Sheriff Chip Simmons tells me this disturbing case is unprecedented in the county.
To say it's disturbing is not saying enough.
Those words describing 36-year-old Todah Alexis Sykes. She's facing attempted murder charges.
I've never seen circumstances quite like this.
The arrest report says Sykes communicated with the child through gaming platform Roblox. It also states that Sykes' intention to commit murder started on September 1st. It says she used the messaging feature to give instructions to kill a 2-month-old. Sheriff Chip Simmons says Sykes told the child to drop the newborn head first on a tile floor.
Unfortunately, the 10-year-old did fall through and drop the infant in the kitchen floor, and that's where the infant sustained the serious injuries.
The 10-year-old was in temporary custody of 2 adults, and authorities say Sykes told her to kill them as well.
Additionally, there was conversations about cutting the throat and burning the home of the adults that the 10-year-old was temporarily staying with.
Sheriff Simmons says Sykes had a relationship with the 10-year-old and had been communicating with her over the past month.
This is not a random someone getting on that particular social media platform or any social media platform and just finding someone to start engaging in a conversation. The relationship had already been established well before the social media platform communications.
Sykes was arrested Friday at her home on the 2000 block of Tomlinson Road. She faces charges of attempted murder and aggravated child abuse. Sheriff Simmons says the 10-year-old who carried out some of the actions could also face charges.
We're still having conversations with the state attorney's office on what, if any, charges the 10-year-old will have.
Saturday's arrest was not the first time Sykes had been charged with abuse. She was also arrested in May on the offense of child neglect and endangerment. Now, the investigation is still open as authorities work to find more answers in this case. And the sheriff says additional charges are still possible. But for now, Sykes is being held at Escambia County Jail with no bond. Reporting outside the Escambia County Sheriff's Office, I'm Haley Samples, WEAR News.
All right now. 10:20. What's up?
Oh no.
You know what's up.
Man, I don't even know what to say about that. That was master manipulation. That was real witchcraft. If that person can manipulate a child through a video game.
Mm-hmm. That's why y'all gotta watch what y'all kids play.
To kill an infant. And kill the people in the house. And set it on fire. Oh. Wow.
All right, so you got some precepts, or you want me to go? What you gonna do there?
Take off.
Okay, so I got a couple. My voice. Anyways, Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 17, and it states that Yahweh hates false oaths and devising evil in one's heart against others. Okay. Second, Psalms chapter 101, verse 7. And it states that no one who practices deceit will dwell in my house. No one who speaks falsely will stand in my presence. And, of course, Psalms 119, verse 29 states, keep me from deceitful ways. Be gracious to me through your law. Now, if Yahweh has told you plenty of times that he is not going to deal with nobody who is being deceitful, entrapping snares other people, especially the minor babies, because this child was 10 years old. So that means that child at that young age, their mind is accessible to any and everything. Okay? So that means that person who was trying to make the child kill the newborn and the parents in the house was dabbling in deceit amongst that child that was online with them. And then, furthermore, I want to point out, parents are in error too, because you should be mindful of who it is that your child is in communication with, especially at that young, tender age of 10. Because I know good and well my child ain't about to be online communicating with no grown adult on any platform, that I don't know about. And if I was ever to get heed or word that is going on, me as being the parent, the Emma that I am, I'm going to take legal actions, against the person on the other end of their device. And my child is going to be in time out for a very, 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 very long time until I feel like the time out is unaccessible or unneeded anymore. Make sure my child got their mind together that you don't do that. Because what you not about to do is come find me in the middle of the night try to kill me because whoever ain't on the other line told you to kill me. That's what you not about to do. Not mine. So yeah. Dealing deceitful, Yahweh ain't playing with none of that. He not. So, whoever that lady was, or man, whomever, I don't know, that tried to get that child to do whatever, that person need to serve as much time as a murder, person who committed a murder, because that's deadly and it's deceitful, and Yahweh should definitely have justice in that matter right there.
Right. Like Proverbs 11, verse 12. He that despises his neighbor lacketh understanding, but a man of discernment hold his peace. That person that was on the other side of that video game, that woman was an evil person.
Of course.
They didn't show no peace. They didn't show no accountability or nothing as an adult. All they had in mind was evil. Where no wise direction is, a people falleth. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. And here we go with this scripture right here with Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. They didn't have nobody righteous around them.
Of course not.
Nobody, because they had anybody that was righteous, that was leading them correctly, that would never happen to that child.
Right.
So basically, the parents also wrong too. For not even governing the things that their child doing.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
And I'm going to hit them with Proverbs chapter 11, verse 18.
Come with it.
The wicked earneth deceitful wages, but he that soweth righteous hath a sure reward. And why I use this scripture when I say the wicked earneth deceitful wages, that person was hoping that they was going to talk that child into killing these people, killing that child, setting the house on fire, and they would have seen on the news. And they doing all this for views and like, yeah, look, I did it. Like, I got that dumbass child to do that. Just for likes.
Now,
wicked people.
I know that this is a very strict Torah to not only based channel, 114. Now, I have a question for you, 720.
Anyhow. Stop. Come on, we gotta end this video.
Come on, baby. Which one do?
Anyhow, we just gave you 3 crazy world news topics in one video. And also, this was episode number 7 too.
Number 7.
Number 8 coming soon, so we ain't gonna have y'all waiting this time.
Yeah, because I was looking, I was like, oh, a month ago? What we doing? We booked and busy. Like, we booked and busy on our own stuff over here this whole thing, but we can't forget Y4T's the baby. We gotta help bring Y4T up to par. So Y4T can keep the family intrigued and gain more ears as well to those who want to learn and come into Torah and Tanakh only based community. And we do hope and pray, Yah willing, that we're able to touch people who need to be changed, whether it be through things we're doing right here as far as breaking down Babylon sorceries and foolishness that is going strictly against Yahweh laws whenever Babylon feel like doing something, to gain the attention of those who are out there in Babylon or are uncertain of if they want to come to this way of life, which is the right way, versus doing what they doing over there in Babylon. Falling behind false fake people.
Run the lights up, run the shares up, run the subscribes up. Adonai 720.
That is I am.
Yeah, then.
Shalom Berakah.
Shalom Berakah.